Ladies and gentlemen, what is real and what is illusion? Who is a prisoner? The man in shackles? Or the man who will not let his imagination run free? I designed this task not to answer those questions, but to ask them once again. And for that, I will need a collaborator. One of you.
Boom, we're there. We're back. And I am here with you. Again, one more time, I apologize. It just started making me mad. It started turning down the equipment for tonight, and I started thinking about what everyone was saying was, hey, there's no sound. That drives me crazy. That absolutely drives me crazy. And it just hit me that you guys didn't get a chance to hear the intro. I don't even care. At this point, I am just so very much so frustrated that, once again, I'm dealing with the YouTube madness. And here it is. So, when all of my meters is telling me that we are, hey Michael, what's going on? When all of my sensors tell me that I am kicking out sound, and I have it coming from 3 different places in this room to tell me that I'm kicking out sound, and all of a sudden, bam, yeah, we are back. Hey OG, welcome to the conversation. I'm just complaining because I'm really pissed that once again my sound has been screwed with on this platform, and one of the things. Peace to you, bro. One of the things that really just irks me is that, we work hard to get a message out, and then to have a nefarious force or something, once again, interfere with my audio. I have no idea why that's happening. That's craziness, it seems to be fine when we restart the stream. And again, as I told you guys, this is state-of-the-art stuff that I'm working with here. I don't work with garbage. I spent a lot of money to make our studio operate. A lot of money to make the studio operate, and for it not to operate properly really pisses me off. So what I was talking about in the last video, and I spent a great time elaborating on this, so I'm really upset that you guys didn't hear about it, is, first of all, I've got snow on the ground where I'm at. Snow up here in the Northeast. And there's been talk about the whole idea of powering up the array that's above us, this lens, which is a lens and shield. I guess it's got a lot of different functions. And I was emailed, and I hate going through all this again because I just went through all of this. But got an email earlier this afternoon regarding that they were going to power up the array above us, and that our weather was going to literally change between tomorrow and Wednesday. That Wednesday is going to be like summertime, short style weather. That this thing's going to be full blown going, and we're going to know the reality right then and there if this is something true or if this is something false. So I am curious to see if this email has any veracity to it. Apparently, after Wednesday, there's a plan for a power down for a bit, some more minor technical issues, and then within the next week or so, it should be up and going again, and we should have warm weather again. Now, I'm not saying that is the case. I'm just saying that I got this email. And the thing is, we are... if this is the case, that's actually, it's funny, OG White Mike, it's one of the reasons why I didn't title this video anything to do about the sun, because, again, if we're being censored, if it's looking for those type of tags or whatnot, we're dealing with AI, let's be honest with each other. Okay, I mean, they're actively monitoring videos that are going live. They can tell what music's being played into the background. They can tell what's going on. I mean, it is nothing short of startling of what Google, YouTube, Facebook, what these companies can do with their artificial intelligence. And the funny thing is that I broadcast to you guys. I'm broadcasting to you on a device that uses artificial intelligence. I mean, there's just no getting around it, except mine's stupid. Mine doesn't understand English all that well. So, it's a little cold all over the place. That's what I understand, Mike, is that it is absolutely, it's cold everywhere, but once this array is up and going, tomorrow's going to be partial power up, and then on Wednesday it's full power up. So we should be noticing a huge difference within our weather pattern for that day. So the only issue that I really have with this is how hard it screws with nature. If you notice, nothing is budding in the Northeast. At this point, we're used to the squirrels. We're used to the birds, obviously, coming around this time of season. We're also used to the plants starting to bud and begin to bloom, and for the bugs to make a return. And so far, that's not happening, and I can't see this as being a good thing. I woke up this morning, and the first thing that I was hit with was this. I'll show you guys again, if in case you didn't catch me this morning, because I got up early. I saw this, and it really sort of pissed me off. But this was the sun this morning, out in front of the old paranoid skeptic's house, and if you notice, right in front of the sun, there's a almost a straight line. That is from a contrail earlier on in the morning, and the sky was almost clear, as I said, almost completely clear, and that appeared. So I guess the big question that I have, as far as why are we using a solar shield, why are we using a solar amplifier, for lack of a better term, animals actually, Mike, you bring up something interesting. The rumors of animals acting strange, before I jump to my solar, because it probably has something to do with it as well. But the thing that's really been tripping me out, man, has been the amount of mass animal deaths. I mean, every single day we're dealing with mass animal die-offs. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to actually take a moment here and do something that I normally don't do. And that is hop on the line while I'm talking to you and see if I can show you this list. Animal, and simple Google searches will yield you whatever you want, and this there's definitely a lot of there is a lot of animals who are that are just dropping dead. And even as early as April 6th, last report, 38 pilot whales dead after washing up on a beach in Westland, New Zealand. And here I'll show you guys that link right now. Hold on. Let me dig it up here on the old computer. No, that's not it. Oh, well, I thought I had something plugged in to make this happen. Oh, I do. Hold on, wait a second. Let me have to just plug it in. And you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on 1 second, guys. I apologize for the delay. Alright, there it is. It just popped up. We're going to go ahead and hit done. And see if it's up at the top. Yeah, here we go. Check this out, mate. Boom. Here's a list for you. I'll try to blow it up for you. Okay, so what do we have? Pilot whales dead. Thousands of dead river snakes found in a fish in India. Hundreds of dead eels found in a stream in Belfast, New Zealand. 6,000 ducks dead in Bulgaria. 4 dead dolphins in Turkey. 5 tons of dead fish in Chile. Mass die-off of birds in Taganrog, I don't know, you pronounce it. And I mean, it goes all the way back, and I mean, just instantly, 30 tons plus of fish die suddenly in a fish farm in China. Insane. It's just absolutely insane. So, what's causing these mass die offs? Is it something to do with the sun? Is it something to do with, um, the planet not responding well to what we're doing here as far as amplifying the sun? God only knows. Only God knows for real. So yeah, as far as that goes, there's a lot. Yeah, I've heard about the moon simulator. It's funny because the moon is actually something that I actively photograph all the time. I'm constantly mesmerized by that, and it's interesting um, how much detail when you look at it with a magnification of like 600 millimeter or even 1,000 millimeters. It's interesting to watch. The other thing that's really interesting about the moon is the amount of UFO activity that has been happening out there for a moment now. Um, there's countless hours of footage of UFOs traveling across the moon, leaving the moon's atmosphere, coming out of the different craters that are on the moon. There's always some sort of action happening up there. For it being a dead rock, it seems to be a very busy place. So basically, what I wanted to do though is come out here and defy YouTube and defy Google and really, the big part of the message that I really wanted to share with you in the last video was was the part of taking action. It's frustrating to me to think that people are spraying me with aluminum and barium and strontium. It's frustrating to me to think that people are screwing with our reality and colliding particles in order to change our realities or to make black matter or even for it being a side effect of trying to make black matter of creating multiple realities or having us quantum shift from one reality to the next. Nobody's given these people permission to do this. I haven't given them permission. Have you given them permission? Has this been something that you've been okay with? I'm not. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I am rallying and putting this together. I'm not making money off of this channel. I am not monetizing this YouTube channel. My big thing is I want answers. And, after realizing that something was wrong, something was different, that's what motivated me to come out here and basically put my own money into creating this little studio so I could come out here and find other folks who are kindred spirits within this phenomenon. I don't think that we're going to find any answers just being marveled by every new Mandela effect. I think that at this point there needs to be some sort of rally that we need to come together and we need to understand what's going on, that we need to look at the bigger picture. It seems like you have all these different little puzzle pieces that we are left with, and each puzzle piece is intricate. It has its own its own complicated formula to figure it out, and yet here it is part of a bigger mosaic that we actually have to sit back and we have to look at and we have to study and we have to figure it out. We have to figure out why this is happening. Why are we allowing this convergence to happen? And I mean, is it because they figured out how to make us truly passive, where we can act like the government and just go ahead and stick our heads in the proverbial sand when something doesn't make sense or something isn't clear to us? And that's exactly what our government does. Doesn't matter how many UFOs appear over the Ohio skyline. It doesn't matter if nobody remembers the movie Star Wars, anyone saying, no, I'm your father. Everyone remembers Luke. Oh, well, no, that was just mass disillusion. Everyone's just, it's like mass dementia. Nobody realizes. that they're just wrong. They're remembering things wrong. I mean, what a pile of bullshit, and we're meant to buy it. And I think that that's what frustrates me the most, you know? So our government pretends that things don't happen all the time. They have the IS up there, and that thing is constantly recording UFOs. And what does our government say? Nothing. It's moot. Not a peep. Not a word. And that's frustrating. That's frustrating because you go online, and I mean, unless everybody who is on YouTube, and I mean everybody, is a CGI master, there is a lot of shit happening in our atmosphere. Okay? There's a lot of shit happening between here and the moon. And you could be a flat earther, you could be a round earther, you could believe that the sun, the moon, and the whole entire universe is fake, you believe that we live in a matrix, you can believe whatever you want. But the fact of the matter is that these vehicles, or these things, whatever you want to call them, they keep appearing. There is a mountain of evidence that supports that there is probably something floating around in our atmosphere that isn't from here. But what does our government do? How does it handle it? Buries its head in the sand. And that's what it expects from each and every one of you. Bury your head in the sand. Ignore the reality. Pretend it doesn't exist. It will eventually go away. You know, after looking at the sun, after really studying the sun, and I did, I mean, I have been studying this thing pretty regularly now. I'm concerned with what I see. I'm concerned with big holes just appearing. Let me know if that sound cuts out again. I'm interested, so I'm keeping an eye on it. If it does, I'll restart the stream. You know, but we have big coronal holes, and then the other thing that really is amazing to me, and that is, if I can get my preview up, there it goes, is this whole idea of the blinking sun. That is just all right. I restarted the stream, and hopefully that will take care of it. You have a bit of a second. Uh-oh. All right. There we go. Are we back online? Can you guys hear me now? That's the big question. Can you hear me now? So I had to restart the, oh, is that a yes? You can hear me, Crystal? All right, cool beans. That's what I wanted. All right. It may be within the software that I'm using. I'm not going to lie. Okay, good. Want to make sure. Don't want to lose you guys again. I am paying attention this time. I've got the screen up. That's why my face is so nice and bright. So, nevertheless, the big question is, though, if we have these huge coronal holes in our sun, I find that to be problematic. And this is something that, that we weren't talking about back in the 80s and the 90s. Don't get me wrong, solar storms happen. I understand that's where the Aurora Borealis comes from. But, I mean, come on, guys. That hole that we're looking at in the sun that we looked at, I think is massive. absolutely massive. And the question that I have is this why? Is this why we need a an aid, a helper for our sun, something to help shield us and something to help magnify the light and the heat? Obviously, they say it's just to control weather. You know, they're doing a bang up job if that's the case. I've got a good coating of snow on my front lawn, and it has been snowing to beat the band, and there is just no doubt about it. So we have, if they're controlling the weather, they're not doing a good job. And if they're trying to figure it out at this point, they're still not doing a good job. Because if we're having snow on April 10th, which it is right now, that's problematic. That really is. And as I said in the earlier video, I haven't seen like real sunny, real sunshine at all in days. And every time that the day starts off sunny, it seems like the planes show up, and next thing I know, they're spraying, and next thing you know, there's overcast and there's clouds, and you can't see the sun to save your life. Insane. It's absolutely insane. And I'll be honest with you, why our fellow humans, our fellow citizens and countrymen, and even foreign agents, whomever, I mean, what is up with them spraying us? Okay? Pilots, I mean, what are you doing? What are you thinking? You know that these chemtrail generators are on your plane. You see it when they go on and when they go off. Why are you not speaking up and speaking out? This is what I want to know. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. They are spraying us with agents that make us more passive, to make us just like that government. Stick our head in the ground. Ignore the reality. But let me ask you this question. I'm dead serious. How do you ignore it when your dad gets cancer? How do you ignore it when your mom gets cancer or dementia? Okay? How do you handle it when your friends and your neighbors are dying of diseases in rampant levels and rampant speed? Are you okay with that? Are you okay with your friends, your neighbors, your family dying awful, disease-filled deaths? That's awful. That's awful. And if we're doing this to ourselves, or worse, people that we trust, like pilots. I put pilots right up there with doctors. That's a profession where, you literally are putting your life in someone else's hands and expecting them to do a professional job. You mean to tell me they're going to spray the populace below? That's like going to your doctor and knowing that he's going to inject you with a carcinogen that's going to give you cancer within 6 months. I wouldn't want to go to that cat for anything. I wouldn't want to do anything with that guy. Would you? At all. Except this is far worse. This is far, far worse. And the reason that it's far worse is because these pilots are flying over an unknowing and unwitting population and simply chemically medicating them with a dangerous, dangerous substance. I don't know. I'm not good with this, and I hope you're not good with this. This isn't right. It is absolutely not right. And this is why I started this channel, is for a call to action. I could care less about making money. I make money every single day. That's not why I do this. Why I do this is to find like-minded individuals, to garner your expertise, to get your knowledge, to understand what you know. There is truth out there, and there are people out there who knows. And the more that this thing networks out, and the more that people start talking about what we're talking about and come to our campfire, the more I believe that we're going to know. That's the way that humanism works. That's the way that we as a civilization works. There are people out there who know, and there are people out there who are going to want to talk. And I am open to listen to what they have to say. I want to know the truth. I need to have veritas, truth, more than I need anything else. Because you know what? The truth wants to be revealed. It will do more than set you free. Believe me, the truth will open up our reality as truth. And then you and I will have understanding. And I think that's the biggest thing that we could get out of this at this point. I don't know what we're going to be able to change. I don't know how much of convergence we can change. Speaking of convergence, speaking of crazy things, you guys hear about Elon Musk today. Elon Musk said, quote, he feels that AI is going to become a dictator that rules over humanity indefinitely. And I say that Mr. Musk is very optimistic because I don't see any purpose in AI keeping us around for any reason. You know, we don't exactly have loyalty stamped on our forehead, and we are always on a self-serving mission, and if something starts to behave in a way that we don't like, we would most certainly try to stop it or destroy it, and that includes an AI. So I think AI will know that about us by studying us as it is now. As we study it, we think we're so empirically smart that we're studying AI. But as we create this thing, trust me, it is studying you and I. And it is studying you and I with an intelligence that is far superior to you and I, to anyone on this planet. And it is learning about us, and it's learning about our likes, our dislikes, our strengths, but moreover our weaknesses. And don't think for a moment that it isn't. Okay? We're so proud of ourselves that we're becoming God. We're so proud of ourselves that we can create these things that are superior to us. And we are so stupid because we're creating something that could easily take us out of the equation. That's evolution for you. That's evolution on a whole new level. So, the question that I have, Crystal, and I'm reading your comment right now, who's they? Who is they? What is the purpose? We've already know that we've had several restarts on this planet as humans, okay? That we've had at least 3 and up in as many as of possibly 6 restarts for the total planet. That's one hell of a long game. Who's playing that long game? Who's watching us like that? What's the purpose of restarting? Because if it is total annihilation, okay, and there's a complete restart of, quote, humanity, that's got to be artificial. Something's got to be restarting it and then starting it from scratch and then watching the development of it. But what's the point of that? What would you say would be the point of that? I have no idea. You know, I scratch my head again. You know, I'm going to have to go to a civilization that is, shall we say, further out into the evolutionary plane of space, where maybe they are a million years ahead of us as far as their position of age in the universe. Maybe they are operating on a different level of physics. Maybe they are operating on a different level of understanding. But that is a hell of a long game. Would you not agree? Hit the real Armageddon. I agree, but I mean, how many times does Armageddon start? You know, I mean, we have record of this reality. We have record of what, up to 50,000 years ago? That is nothing. That is nothing, Crystal, but a speck in the ocean of time, on a planet that is very old by human standards, obviously. So if there's been a reset, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but up to 6 times, that speaks to something trying to get a response or a result out of humanity. And each time humanity keeps coming to this point of convergence and there's this reset. I don't know. To me, that's the bigger question. Who and why? I can deal with what, when, and all the other how later, okay? But right now, I need to know who and why. What is the point of this? We all get this one shot at this thing called life. We know that for a fact. Okay? The question that I have, since we only have this one shot, is who's behind the nefarious conspiracy that is restarting this planet? Who's behind the quantum effect that we all know as the Mandela effect that's created this quantum shift, which has affected not only dimension, but time? You know, was it purposeful that they added the weight to one electron to implode our universe, to send us flying into this new reality? Was it a mistake? What's the point? You know, did they know that that could be one of the possibilities, took the risk anyways, and then just bam, annihilated our old universe, so bam, we pop up here? I mean, honestly, you know, I mean, if that's a purposeful act, I mean, that is somebody who's operating on a level of thinking on a math skill that would dwarf Stephen Hawking, for Pete's sake. To have that type of knowledge, that insight, that, yeah, we'll implode the next, you know, the old universe, but we'll all be okay, we'll make a shift. How do you know that for sure? That is like a step of faith that is like, yeah, if I put a bullet into my brain, I'll certainly end up in heaven, and being lucky enough to make it. Okay? I don't know. If we can name this, they will change it. Possibly. I don't know. You know, I'm following Geordie Rose. I'm following D Wave. I'm following Kindred, which is horribly frightening. Horribly frightening because he knows that he's creating a demon. He calls it a demon, and he's okay with unleashing this demon on the planet. And I think that is, I think people like him, for as brilliant as he is truly a cancer to humanity, just because of what the end result is. Listen, I don't have all night. I love visiting with you guys. I really do, but I am getting to that point of tired where I need to go and rest my paranoid skeptic head. So, as I like to tell you guys all the time, as I say it as much as I possibly can, do it one more time. It is an honor to count you amongst the believers of what we do here at Paranoid Skeptic. Thank you. If this content resonates with you, please subscribe. If you believe in this video, please share it. If you want alerts for when new videos are released, hit the alert bell and give this video a thumbs up. And please feel free to leave your own theories on today's videos in the comments below. More communication on this subject and other important phenomenon will be forthcoming in future videos. End.